Hey guys, I'm just showing you this gear room. This is the one I didn't get in the other day, but this is the big electric room. This is the big gear room. So I'm kind of just taking a pan on how big the room is here. This is the gear room. Now guys, this is a set of gear here. This is a set of gear here. That's a set. Meter section right here, guys. Let me back off a little bit. Meter section here. Main breaker section here. And these are the feeds. So if you look at these guys, you got, like I was showing you on, you got a bunch of parallel feeds in here. So there's a bunch of parallel feeds in here. So there's the yellow, there's the orange, there's the brown up here. There's the neutral bar, and all your grounds are down low underneath. I don't know if you can see them or not. That's just one section of gear. Now this feed in between here, all these 4-inch pipes, guys, this isn't labeled, but I'm almost absolutely sure this is an ATS, which we call an automatic transfer switch. So you've got the hot side going in. It's hard to see, but you got the hot side coming from here. That's your normal power, and then you're gonna have generator power. I don't know exactly where this comes in. I didn't set this gear, so I'm not sure. But if you look at this two guys, you have a ton of parallel feeds. Top and underneath here. And then you've got another set. One of these sets is normal power. One of these sets is generator power. I can't tell because of the mess we've got here, but this one of these top sections is normal power, and one of these bottom sections is generator power. Now this is how all the stuff comes up and in, and the other one comes from that other side. I'm assuming, since I wasn't here, that this is the generator feed that goes outside. And this is your main power coming in from this gear to here. Now that's just one set of gear, guys. Now I'm gonna back off. This is another set of gear. This is another set of gear. All that had was, the other set of gear only had the main breaker in it, didn't have any breakers in it. So now this is another section. It's another gear. A bunch of parallel feeds again. Grounds down front. This is your breaker section. These are your breaker sections. These are some 800 amp. These are 800 amps. Most of these breakers are 800 amps here. There's your feeds for those. All these, it look like, I can't tell. It's kind of hard for me to read without my glasses, so I'm assuming they might be 400 amperes, something like that. I can't tell with all the tags on. And this is your lockout tag out, guys. All of these are locked out, so you cannot turn these breakers on. So if you look close, there's the lock, and there's the breaker lock. They didn't write anything on here, but they should write what date this is, so nobody can accidentally turn these on. Same thing on this set of gear, this set of the breaker section. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this bolts together. I mean, what they actually did here. But it looks like all these go, it looks like it's another set of wires down through here that's coming up through the bottom. I don't know if that's, I don't know what that feed actually is. Now guys, you've got another, it looks like another ATS over here. This is, this looks like another transfer switch. Another panel with a bunch, looks like 70 amp breakers or so in it. I can't tell, it's kind of dark in here, but it looks like a bunch of 70 amp breakers. This is your ground bus over here, guys. This is your ground plate, so everything's going to one ground bar. Now we're going to continue around. This is another ATS back here. Don't know where it feeds, but that's what that is. Now these are the transformers we got to hook up. This is a little smaller one. This looks like it's hard to see, guys. I'm trying to see. It's a 15 kVA. So now if you look at this, guys, you've got your high side, which is H1, H1, H2, H3 over here. Then you got X1, you got X2, XO, and X3. Same thing. This looks like a 30 kVA or 45 kVA. I don't know where the cover is, but the same thing. H1, H2, H3, then X1, X2, X3, and XO. Same thing. There's another panel that's been fed, and all this feeds underground, guys. So this is another thing that was fed. Another panel. Now, guys, this is another set of gear in here. This is another set. You have all your 800 amp breakers here. All these are your feeds. Some of these look a little smaller, probably about 225s or 300s. I can't tell. Or that's a 400 amp. That looks like a 400 amp. These all might be 400 amp breakers. I can't really tell. Once again, you come in with a bunch of parallel feeds, both sides. So you come in with a bunch of parallel feeds. There's all your neutrals. There's your ground. Now, you have another ATS here, guys. There's another ATS. So there's another normal power and emergency. If you see the E and the N, this is another transfer switch. So this is another ETS. I'll back off, and you can see the maze of wires that are in here. So I'm not sure which ATS feeds which gear. I'm not actually sure. I'm assuming the ATS feeds, I'm sorry guys, I should know that this ATS feeds the breaker sections. So all these wires to your right should feed this panel to the right. This is your main feed coming from your main. So that's the way ATS feeds. Because you want to be able to still turn all these panels on. This is another main. This is another big piece of gear with a bunch of parallel feeds, similar to the other side. Same thing. Neutral here. Ground is a little higher on this one. This is your main. This is your main breaker section, which is a 4,000 amp gear. This is all 4,000 amp. This is your meter section, and that's where all your power comes in. That's going to feed your meter section. So that's all coming from Edison. Going to be on this panel. And that one to your right, all the way next to the wall there. So guys, that's the big gear room I was trying to show you that my video didn't come out very well. But once again, I'll back off and show you. Oh, sorry guys, I almost dropped my damn phone. So now this is this whole gear room here, guys. This is all gear room. Now guys, I want to show you. This is I got to turn this a little sideways. This is the big Maxxis puller. So this is how they pull all this wire. This is the big machine that pull all the wire. So it rolls around just like this. And you can adjust where you need to put where your feed is. This part goes over your pipe. That little hook right there that I'm pointing to right there, that goes over whatever. You can change these to different size pipes. All this is pinned together. You can stretch this. You can rotate this up in the air. You can stretch this a little long with all your cotter pins. Then you've got a crank that you can actually crank this up and down, which is there. Go on the other side, guys. These are your different shoes for different size pipes. This is your cap stand right here, guys. That's where your rope comes. That's where your rope coils around, and you sit there and pull wire. So, hey guys, that's just about it for the gear room. Let me see if I can show you anything else. I know I showed you a whole bunch of pipes from far away, but these are all these 4-inch pipes that go up and over and feed all this wire in these boxes. We still haven't pulled all this wire yet. We got a ton to pull. These some more 4 inches going across. They go a lot of different directions. A bunch of 1 inches go up. All these 1 inches that's up there, that's to your left, those all feed your rooftop units or your AC units. So that panel So this panel over here right here is all for your AC units. There's a variety of those. So those are all 70 amp breakers. So guys, that's basically it for the gear room for the most part. Bunch of 4 inches running from here over to a big pull box over here, which you can't see. That big pull box you can see up there. And it comes around here, and all those feed, I don't know where these pipes feed, but they feed out somewhere. And that's it, guys.